Kelayam da jidangi ane kazan gyabji Bokar Rinpoche yansi nguzin dan takju cha kita jegi zegun dodu luchi sebre andrin just da kazan ye zego di tolia misegi 가족이 다 기지방무지게 기지방무지 시야 민도라 안에 두수 김 마다운 세제 안에 미세 간슈요 말에 다이네 지린디 지린디 두수 대스jö의 민상 년다 보가르치기 양심을 제외게 계속 하시지 주셔셔야.
Now yesterday we had the ceremony for the identification and recognition of the reincarnation of Kyabje Bokar Rinpoche. And during the ceremony, there was not a lot of time for me to say much of anything. And so I did not really speak about the circumstances around the recognition of the reincarnation. However, today we do have a bit of time, and so I would like to say a few words about the recognition of the reincarnation of Bokar Rinpoche.
마시 가장 캐르무지 로드 초기 야시 제주 수당기 다 유림도 되지 모르 남래 드니다 티나려야 만두버지 에미세 쇼가스케멘도 다 이베네야 야시 무지차디 내주 망고지 소소 생고 초 망고지 미신다게 신기요 말해 드린 주사네 이제 상황 휴가 개면도 되입니다. 가시지 쉬비미나 안에 다 모델을 야고 차로를 했었지. 때문에 드린 주사네 예 단도도 쉬야 베지슈이.
Actually, yesterday, Khenpo Rinpoche Lodro Dinya did read the brief history of the process, or the story of the process of recognition. And really that covered everything. There's nothing that is left out of that. But generally, in terms of the recognition of the reincarnation, there are some particular situations and some feelings that I had that others may not know about, but might be helpful. And so I don't think I need to explain everything, but there are a few points I would like to mention and to give a sort of a brief overview of it.
다 뒤주디죠. 내 다다지 아버 증거면도 근데 주잖아. 뒤주디죠. 다 이민이야. 니 공부 좋아야 돼. 니 동실이죠. 니 동실이야. 안 공부 좋아해. 공부 좋아야 돼. 루브르 쉬지래. 쇼괴질이야. 루브르질. 대두산에 게 되다디 말람기 그주 말람기 Gabriel down there, got the Dreshy Bember, the Dreshy Bember and down of the shop bed, Dreshy Bember and down the Zam. Did you send this? Down the Zam, didn't do this in Jimasos of some share. The Digilia and Gombats over the Dirish Coso, Loverto. Did you send ye much? The Ines of Sorge. Aineda yim yimajibrije and the dustane that thing tingelia mirilia dwarji kashe ting jiniji chebre ine rotoyo mare kapte dustane misejeje and mise nyensin rushu that the 공부하고 인사디 인지비 저거 도시 인지슈 인도산 되지 람로 교체 미리리아지 레토버래 지금 미리레 레드 지데지 테마 좀을 제다 이 단도 시라라 이체 다 공부 저도 저어봐 이내야 이친이만 돼 봐서 don't want to believe some of that 되게 제제 이친이만 돼 버리지 이 맞을 안 제대로 봐 이내인데 이 진행만으로다 단도 공부 좀 했어서 그렇지 제제 딱 안다 미질리아 레드네 레벨클리아다 들 섬으로 거세 또 심브레
Now, I may not remember all the dates properly, but it was 2004 that Kyabje Bokar Rinpoche passed away. It was very sudden. All of a sudden, one morning, he just passed away. And that was the morning that I wrote the melody for the Tashi Palbar, the auspicious melody. And when I wrote that, I felt like this just isn't a good connection. When that happened, I realized maybe this wasn't a good connection for that. It's just that on that very morning that I wrote the melody, and then I heard that Bokar Rinpoche had suddenly...
No, I composed that, but that have some problem.
Oh, excuse me, I wrote it, but at that time there were a few problems. And so that was the morning that Bokar Rinpoche passed away. And when I heard it, then I couldn't believe it. It's like, I thought, how could this possibly? I didn't believe it. So I had tried to go to Mirik Monastery a couple or three times in the past, but it hadn't worked out. But this time I made a special request saying that Rinpoche had passed away, so I absolutely had to go. And I was given the permission. It worked out so that I could go. And when I went to Mirik Monastery, I still didn't want to believe that Rinpoche had passed away. Of course, I really should have believed it. There's no way not to believe that he had passed. But I still, in my heart, I really felt like I really did not want to believe that he had passed away.
Today, Mirilia Ting was Miril Ting Kashi Simbre, Miril Ting Kashi Simbre. Tingilia, Mirilia, Mandrocolia, Milan Rich Dance. Did you Milan Rich? Rinpoche did do that? Go Mordung showed you the go, goody, Mrs. Matan showed you the body is kept. Just a million not only a cancer, the pay woman goody pay you have a chair. You're in the Dutch, the Charles Casa. The goody dollar, the near chart, the Tangwina, near chart, the gootina, Louisina, and a good is on the charities out, and the near chart Vina Tangche, Gusutina Tangche. Energy casual, ya just so much of the Milan started. A dream you son, did you son, 다 버지 간다를 디기 초안으로 된거 만들어서 다가 소소를 소화한 게 간다를 무지 공부 잡디 가서에 딱 간다를 소소 셈리야 방법이 좋은데 버지당 기술을 무지 보이지 배 가서에 주다 양결 꿀루티니 돌이야 주 로야를 쉐위미나 안 탑시 가래네 직 가서지 제সম사로지 버지 급티 두산 밀름되게 천하로 간대여디 버지 전통으로 해서 참게
I went to Mirik Monastery a few times. The first time I went, it was just one time I went, just a little bit before I went, I had a dream. And in my dream, the remains of Bokar Rinpoche were still present, the remains as they were before the cremation. And in my dream, it was kind of strange. It was like the remains were still there. And I had this feeling that if I could give my blood to the remains, if I could pour my blood into the remains, then he would be revived and come back to life in that very same body. So like I dreamt that I gave him my blood and he came back to life. And I had a really strange feeling at that time during the dream. It's like when Bokar Rinpoche passed away, I felt a really great sense of loss. And I felt like if there was anything that I could do to bring him back in that same body, I would have done it. And so that was the feeling that I had in the dream.
No dream that time.
Or that was the feeling that I had at the time.
다 디젤이야 네 가서다 간다르다 십주시고 공조 거리야지 침브레 안디 거리야 어디 가장 숨은 시에 거기도사는 문지 제로치 다 숨었다 문지 제로치 다 부가름지 연습 문지 제로치 난 부가름지 연습 지당 연습 문지 제사를 가고 싶지 하다 남시 과에 현재도 가고 싶지 참참 쇼베 가르칠 때 공다 채널 지금 말해 근데 인주사 쭉 남시 과에 다 유퍼스 주세요 다 인비네야 가르쳐야 다 이나 알강에 치슈디 가르쳐서는 다 신기매지 지금 신기매스 라비나 아니 이치가 말아 미주 이치가 말해 오늘 소소 신기매나야 안데 미주 이치가 매비 인상 안데 신기매나 신기 운동도 맞지라지로 봐 안데 인주산에 다지 지규 운동도를 지기다 탭시를 지기 다를 신다다 가마르데 다 림부체리야 데스 소소다 제거를 지어 인주산에 다 림부체리야 가지고 수행대비를 제외입니다 다직제나 람저를 교체지 차로연로 삼 드레비 텐세 다지 녀치기 지 켈레노도 제외
As was mentioned yesterday, I went during the 49th day of the puja, and and after that they asked me to find and recognize the reincarnation. So, but actually finding the reincarnation of Bokar Rinpoche is extremely difficult. It's hard to say, where is the consciousness? Sometimes in the evenings I don't remember what I did in the morning, so and if I can't even remember that, then finding the consciousness is extremely difficult. But actually my greatest difficulty is that even if I don't know something, no one is going to believe me if I say that I don't know. So sometimes if I don't know something, I still have to since no one's going to believe that I don't know it, I have to pretend that I know. And So, so I sort of pretended that I might know, and then, but not saying anything about it. Because I had a strong connection with Rinpoche, and so I felt to myself that if I prayed to Rinpoche, something would work out, and so I accepted and promised that I would try.
Pray the love. Okay. Tadne Mirilia, that Tamadi, somewhere, Tamadi Dragalia. Kudung Shin de Gaurechgreda, Kudung de Shine, Revenge Kudung, the Sirdung summer, Kudung is Chede, Kudung Chede Shintrebe. Captain said, I was changing to that. And that Tigalia, Mandraholia. That Milam was Sordians, that is the Jignara, Rinpoche, Tungsare, Zarch, the little jig. That is the jig, which quarry. Changcho, damn Changcho, to Chile. Music Changcho, but Tungsare is the jig. Just a cup did you standing a Campbell Chilia, Surzum Shibi, and the Regi, Mineral to Stansons. Miri Chacho Quakeres, Shibi, and Cambogan, Miri Chacho de, and Denjon rest, the Sungudu. And Temato, Tezamato, Dashinda, Mise, Carlo Captitustan, Shinda, Yomara.
Now, the last time that I visited Mirik monasteries, when they were had built the stupa for the remains, the golden stupa for the remains of Bokar Rinpoche. And I don't remember exactly when that was, but just before I went, I had a dream, and there were a lot of things things happening in the dream. But it occurred to me in the dream that he had been born somewhere to the north of Mirik Monastery. And so at that time, I mentioned it on the side to Khenpo Rinpoche, and I asked him, well, what is to the north of Mirik Monastery? And Khenpo Rinpoche replied that to the north of Mirik was Sikkim. So that's all that I felt at that time. There wasn't anything more specific.
DJ lo 망고치 그래. 강강 미세 다참을 강가서 요 말에. 안 린주산에 다참아 요면 내 지신 디시스 게임도. 내지 우주도 망고시기야도. 대예면 안에 지신 디시스 게임도. 안 다와되는 니도 주실로야. 다 니도 주신 다 담배나 진짜 담배나. 주로로 사람님은 겁들이야. Masi tingel ya kayu malam ting suji baman. Travel da di karsa di chondu kalia ane ting suni be kayu malam kalia ane rumbuji azjaro anto ya bezu chikin strategy laure. An di dogi ane kembo rumbuji fajin dawaji mazin zi goda. Dawaji mazin zi goda. Tadi jinda tambe nang tambe ngola kezi de siabre a kemboro mjin dawaji mazin sirbe jongana ro be gukche tene 진다 담비들이 숨주로 좋아 숨주로 아니 가다 출루 로사니 뭐들 캠버를 붙이 야다 디두산에 로산 제고 쉐베급 다라는데 안다 캠버를 무슨 나와지지 고데네다 가 시야면다 괜찮은 줄 봐. 다들은 주스 다 삼아 고데나 가디용 미용 자 하고서 말하다 직전에 로스미스 단도 다좀 강가미용 되데 다 삼아 고데나 고 가디용 미용 하고 말아. 다들은 다 텔레 바지 우주 잡상 가사래서 다지 삼로 땅 같이 디두산 삼로 땅 같이 해. 디두산은 미세게 좀 붙이려야지 가르에 신다다 캠버자 르부치리아 디스지가 저 무구 있어말이다. 대바 무구를 개발하지는 그러지. 개발을 드리죠 전화로 총. 근데 이제 이제가 무구다 대맹하나. 다 소소 나와 가셔로 봐. 남사 이게 지제는 캠벌이 앞이
Then many years passed during which there weren't any clear signs of anything, and there were no clear signs, and so no matter how much I tried, I hadn't anything to say. There weren't any clear signs. Then in January of 2014, during the Tsurpo Losar, actually before that, during the 31st Kaju Munlam, at the end of at a meeting after the Kaju Munlam for the working team, I said that I would try to recognize the reincarnation for the 32nd Kaju Munlam. And so Khenpo Rinpoche waited. He waited almost a month because that meeting was in the beginning of January, and he waited in his hotel for nearly a month. And then finally, on January 30th, it was the day of the Tsurpu Losar, the Losar according to the New Year according to the Tsurpu calculations, and we had a ceremony that day. And Khenpo Rinpoche had been waiting for so long, and I'd had nothing to say.
Waiting for here almost 1 month.
Yeah, he'd been waiting for almost a month for this, and I'd had nothing to say to him, and it felt like very strange to keep him waiting and not say anything at all. And so, even though I didn't know what to say, I thought I would try. I would try my hardest. And at that morning, so then I tried to put a particular effort into it and prayed to it. And that morning, I felt a really special devotion for Rinpoche. And with that special devotion, then there were a few things that occurred to me, or a few visions or appearances that occurred to me. And so I immediately wrote those down and gave them to Khenpo Rinpoche.
다음에 디젤이야. 나는 그저가래 search group somewhere. 연습 제주 중에 미치버래. 제주 가시지 민토 가시지 됐어. 다 이미 제주 수단 디 대지 가서에 지금 와서 소소소지. 다 장부 수비입니다. 양시 제주 수니 민토 제주 민토 거랑에 때문에 가다 디 따주 맞죠. 도와지 수도와지 샤신 다다보다 같이 유마죠. 다대다 대지 지금 와서 소소로 들을 전서 민도 데레레신도 따요 맞죠. 안 되는 주사네. 단도 양가르지 제주로 쉬고서 예수서로지 들을 전지 민도 대다 유마죠.
And so a search committee was formed, and they immediately went on the search, and then they found a few names, and they sent me the names, lists of some names. And actually, to be perfectly honest, I didn't look at those. I felt like it wasn't right. And so I felt like it wasn't right. They needed to keep looking, and so I put them aside. Without looking at them, I had this feeling that they still needed to keep looking, and so I did not look at the names then.
And Mr. Lensake, Dakar Khan, Re Maresero, Kankan, Loyo Mare, the derivative logical. Logical.
And I didn't give any answer. I didn't say yes or no. It was this or that. I didn't make any answer at all, and so it took another year.
Malam Tinsuni Begaria. That is Same Uma Tinsuji Begali, Sondugal Geji, Lingby in Zan, Digi, Tinsuni Begalia, Mimangojo, the Kajue, she Bokaruchi and Jerry, the Gizeruchi, Mamboji Shed. This is only begal Malangolata Kancho, Mata Samishi. That is Shudelia. and things to Sony be young, Shela, lazy or Shela Tambe Korea, and Chang Kimberley the Shuje. And it is under Melam Gavlamajoneta, Pama Desi, musical the nation of Chigi, Yimbina, that the nation of Chavalia, Campbell, Corambe was Panama, Dreamindos, Jeja, that the lyric to Shubi. Then you can be in Shishena and did a chapji to Azu Lavrani and Lazy in the Tamre.
Now, during the 32nd Kaju Munam, since I had mentioned it during the meeting, everyone had the expectation that I would recognize the Bokar reincarnation during the 32nd Munam, and everyone was saying that it would happen. But as you all know, it didn't work, it didn't happen. However, at the end of the Munam, we had a dinner for the working team, and at that time I invited Kempo in particular. And I said that it hadn't worked out during the Munam, but that I would try to make it work during the Arya Kshema Winter Dharma gathering. But I also mentioned that in order for it to work out, Kempo Rinpoche himself had to go, otherwise it wouldn't work. And so Kempo Rinpoche, of course, accepted, and he went along with a worker from the Tsurpo Latra.
Then Sulavang Lazy, the Kota, Kasre, Langian of Chimboyes, Taku and Alia, Gizmakutu, Kawandro, Tonzo Kawandro, Tatando detail mangachkishos, that detail shipja. Tata required this tikar. Takarjo Ligjubiak. Today, that should be guys, detail maukish. And they use that Jimurish Rache. Such a day, Rendi day, which combat the day, which Midan similar content to call this share. And then I transfer quite the Ming Day quality day, the Religic Chevre. Just on Koran, Jodune, Bengal, Kellen, which is the Jaza Jatamba, Quebec, the Carsi, but the Tuntun chicken now. Jaza Jatamba tea only is low.
And so this worker had a big responsibility, and because he had a big responsibility, he asked a lot of questions. I need more details, I need more information, please, you have to give us more details. And so, he wanted to be able to fulfill the task, complete the task that he had been given properly. And so he said he needed more details, and so I made a drawing that showed the drawing of the area, of the mountains and the house, and I mentioned the number of members in the family. And I also gave the name of the village where they should go to search. And when he got this, then the worker said, 100% certain we'll get we'll find the tulku. It's 100% certain that we'll find him in a short time. So no doubt.
Then this area that the Tadang Anjuli. Takuji said, Nimakashir said, Tadadi Aransui, that Kazan Jediaki, that Kashu, Kazan Jediaki, that cues out that by Shesam, choose out a castle that the never. Papaji near my shesha did a tumor of that. Tonsutina, Tema, the Pazi Meves or G. Shes. And the use and the Gondang and Miseka Lame. That is Sunny Delia, Miss Tajuke Chayam, the Kimberum Jukuji Chiso. Kimberum Jikundu Chizana, Kimberum Kalakanzam Rupa, Jikaswe, except Doji, Tambone, Tajuke Chayam, the Imine, Kalakanzam Rojik, Tapa, the Imban Rojipa, Nang Isare, the two never shoot Chong songs. Tantona 아주 디 문진 타셈 머종 콜이야 조다 된게 다보서만 다봉면에 캠버룸 붙이래 캠버룸 붙이기 다 투기 소화로 간제도 디 계셔버 잘해요 오늘 전에 캠버룸 붙이 디 잡지 룸붙이 꼭 오마다 다배 자와메바 냠도 쇼딩이 지미 인두스탄 고란 미세 투기 소화로 지용 세레 인두스탄에 다보 캠버룸 붙이 군유리아 되는 주제 캠버룸 붙이래야 투기 소화로 가려요 디 개첨부를 지레 삼지 대송 다 드네마 데레슈제 아니 잡지 개서를 무지 미나 보카를 무지고 고마다 미세다 통나 신도 튠보여야 되거든 인두산에 또 신도 튠보여야 인두산에 담보를 무지고 뉴 잘 다나 신장고를 무지고 뉴라 잘 다나 신기드네 가수에 장교수들을 무치일다 누가 가르치 텔레임이냐 아주 인생 푸 된대를 비치죠 은 상매기 지 가르쳐다 지 가르쳐에 투기 나올래야 돼 가르쳐다지 상매기 다 투리야 마대와 매반을 붙이 된대지 뭐좀 봐도 나게 타주스게 제뉴 제요 말라 제뉴야스게요 말라 캠보디 다모 캠보로
So they found the we could say the boy, or you can say the tulku if we are being respectful. They found the boy or the tulku within a few days of searching, and at that time, and they had looked at my explanations, and it was basically only in that village, only at that place, that it could have worked out. There was nowhere else that it could possibly have been. And so they identified this boy, but I still hadn't decided. There's a potential, but it wasn't really decided. So I said to bring him down to Kempo Rinpoche. And so this, and Kempo Rinpoche accepted him immediately, and Kempo Rinpoche actually was extremely delighted to meet him. Basically, in terms of, we hadn't really decided that this was definitely the recognition, or definitely the reincarnation. We hadn't decided that. However, the sort of master of Mirik Monastery is Kempo Rinpoche, and his feeling is very important. He had been many years with Kyabje Bokar Rinpoche, never separated. He was never apart from Kyabje Bokar Rinpoche for many years. So his particular feelings of this were very important. And so I said that he should be first brought to Kempo Rinpoche, because his feeling about the situation is also very important. And then he was brought down here, and His Eminence Gyaltset Rinpoche also has had a very strong connection with Bokar Rinpoche, and so he first went to see Rinpoche. Likewise, also Jamgon Rinpoche went to see the reincarnation, and we also informed His Eminence Situ Rinpoche about this, and they all agreed. None of them felt any discomfort or any problem with this, and so up to that point, I hadn't felt like I was able to decide, and I had not really decided fully. I hadn't felt like I would had the ability to decide.
안는데 담아진다게 캠버를 부질래 캠버를 부질대 제 디제를 캠버를 부질대 페어래 네 캠버를 부질이 간지슈이 아케 고나 다 간전 도스다 간지슈인 다 공거 자자자다부터 따라 인수 바지 당에 다 맞을 거네 캠버에 다 제노 바지 당에 말해서 나한테 녀석 말해 서사란 도다 드린 주산에 드는 라소 사제다 나 진짜 제제는 그 근데 타 미세 주행긴 가요 말하다 그냥 타 취소리다 그러지.
Finally, Khenpo Rinpoche came to see me, and I asked him, do you think that he really is the reincarnation? And he said, definitely. He's definitely the reincarnation, 100% certain. So really, before I could determine anything, Khenpo Rinpoche had already decided. It's like it was decided. No matter what, if I had said that it wasn't the reincarnation, I don't think he would have listened to me. So it's like, okay, that's how it is. It was really decided before we made the decision.
안 가상디 제고도 제브래. 지당이 얘기 삼로도 가르쳐 주셔라잖아. 다 간다를 겨우진 보가를 치기 오늘 전에 가수에다 이 다 세상만 쉬는 넘시서 말하다 넘버 10버도 오늘도 간절히 오늘 다 시에도 아까라고 싶어래 다 임비네양 간다를 가장 본도 쉬는 날씨다 요즘디 존도스만 모두 쉬두산에 안다 간다 드네르시 도나 나라는 전당게 매비비냐 아니지 지 겹지름 치기 도계다 명람당 and the shilabla dene chung the Samalor Titula dene chung de using Arandos Muduchi Madame Arang and young sis de Dain Jiminji Kasuji Yorbataji Dilla Chungo Samaruchi Sajan Dilia Chungo Samaruchi down and Mizanji Chubun and Diego Samaruda. And the Tangbo Geo Sambaro, the Kiwakameta, Chubul Jena, Chubureta, Miss Hamegi, that is Anti Lamachukumanguchi, the Karaji, Chubu that did give you in each of them to Tambina Chungo to sing the Kashi on the door. That in a Munetanede, Chubuna Chunduena, Alatapsike, Marodi. I drain you, Sane, Al the Jagata, Namdor Kame. 간다 드레르 체제 중반에 안데 인도산 가장 한 제거로 되도록 주도가 중원에서 다도나 문진 챙게 완전 체험만 봐 문진 체사디 딱 완전 체험 말이야 문진 체사 죽고디 과 중요면 대 완전 체험 문진 챙게 와저스케 말하다. 과충에는 델레마다 문지층에 델레 총고에 델레 총 저금에 사지 말하다.
And so we had the ceremony yesterday. Now the way I felt about it, the way I've thought about it is actually it's really difficult to tell where the consciousness, if we don't use respectful terms, it's difficult to tell where the consciousness of Kyabje Bokar Rinpoche could be. But at any rate, this was the sequence of events. Now, I don't have any particular powers, or I don't have any particular skills. I think that really this only occurred in this way because of the strength and the power of Kyabje Rinpoche's, because of the strength of his aspirations and because of the strength of his wisdom. And so, for my own part, I don't feel like I can say now the reincarnation should be born here or should be born in this sort of person, the family. I can't say that he should be born in a rich family or should be born in a poor family. I have no power to say that. If he's born in a rich family, he's born in a rich family, and there's not much that I can do about it in any way. So, these days, there are many tulkus who are reborn in rich families, and some people say, oh, he can't be the tulku because he was born in a rich family, but there's nothing one can do about it. If he's born in a rich family, he's born in a rich family, and that's there's no way that anyone can affect that. And in any case, we were able to have the ceremony yesterday. Basically, when the tulku takes birth in a particular family, that is not something that the person who's doing the recognition can influence. That's completely under the power of the one who is recognized, and so there's no way I can tell I can tell him that you must be born here.
다들 가장 제고 제외가래야 손아로 견자 공기다 로즈에 되다 나랑 엄마디 문지 제외가 로즈에 찍버리지 있어요. 로치 좀 찍버리지. 나가마 벌 문지 제외가 로치 좀 찍버리지. 견자죠. 가 디스 가보 예배서 교보 예배서 견자를 나랑 엄마 충중 거들 니즈를 텐제. 간다래야 죽으세야돼 계셔야된다. 죽으세야돼서 미망부터 죽으를 쳐야 되바치도 와. 죽으소야 서만을 다지. 아바 아마데서 경보를 지어벤 전보를 지는데 죽으소셔라. 그냥 죽으세야돼. 가서 레라버치 메라다. 레라버치 요말라. 기부지 야데 깔아 갑시라래 섬청기에. 가래서나 겐도 죽구나. 당 겐 먹고 나라 기부 유지를 받아. 개와스 겐데. 다 임비냐 간다냐 알아 주주가 니즈를 참래. 아니 가르래다. 총뒤네 수수 밤마다 같아. 디니즈 지그래. 다드네 로주실 리두스다네. 가래디 퍼유다 카체도 벼다 카체 들을 니즈를 먹고 처음에 이제 정말 제거가 균제데 소소 죽으임이 균제는 되네 근데 가서에 소소에게 이 가서다 르동마도 쳐야 하네 근데 인주스탄에 아니 좀 지기 가서다 제가 좀 지기 여비움티솔 데스제 가르쳐다 지대지 셈난 지 가르쳐 디즈 닌제서 말아 닌제게는지 르부체레 디즈 닌제게는지 다 간다라 디르르스도 간다야 아니 르부치기 가르쳐 고신제진게 알아야 나랑외네 가르쳐 제토베임네 참매지 쇼기에 삼아로 디르르 찬데요 안테만 아게 샤면도
Now, during the ceremony yesterday, it occurred to me that the reincarnation is the same age as I was when I was recognized. And so whether you think of this as being happy or whether I think of it as being sad, in any case, I remembered what it was like for me when I was young. These days, there are a lot of people who want to make tulkus. There's a particular family that might be influential, or a particular family, they say, make the child a tulku. But it's really not that easy. It's actually very difficult, and it's difficult for it to be happy. There's a lot of responsibility that you have to bear. Of course, if you don't take on the responsibility, then maybe it's fine. But if you take on the responsibility, it can be difficult. And so I remembered my own situation. When I was young, I was separated from my parents. And then when I was 14, I was separated from my homeland. I was separated from Tibet. And there are many different situations that have happened since then. And the reason that all of these have happened is because I was recognized as a tulku. I've had to give up a lot. And so, at any rate, during the ceremony, looking at his parents and myself, I felt compassion for his parents. And looking at Rinpoche, I felt compassion for Rinpoche. And so that was the feeling that I had during the ceremony. In any case, I will do everything I can to make sure that he does well and that his activity flourishes in this life. Other than that, I haven't anything in particular to say.